Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So today I'm up here in the mountains of Colorado. You might not be able to tell, but there are mountains back there, but it's fire season, so they're actually really hard to see. But I am up at about 9,300 feet elevation, and I'm up here looking for porcini mushrooms in the middle of July. Now, normally this is way too early, but we had a lot of rain this year. So I've seen on Facebook, forums and everything, people posting pictures that they're finding porcini mushrooms, even as early as 2 weeks ago. And I'm just now getting a chance to come up here and look around for myself. Now this area, I've never been here looking for porcinis before. They're also known as the King Bolete mushroom. They're these giant mushrooms. They look like that. Hopefully we can find some. But yeah, I'm in a new area. There's conifers here, there's aspen, and hopefully I can get lucky. So wish me luck. We're gonna hike around here for, it's early. It's not even 9 o'clock in the morning yet. So we have all day to look around for mushrooms, hike a couple miles, and hopefully we get lucky. Hope you guys enjoy the video. All right, so we're entering a small aspen grove here. Just got to keep my eyes on the ground. These mushrooms are huge, and they're very unmistakable. However, there are a few different species, different varieties of bolete mushrooms. So the ones we're looking for are the King Boletes. There are aspen boletes as well. You could eat them, but some people get stomach problems from eating them. So I've actually never tried eating them, and I don't know. I might try some if I see some, and it's a last resort effort. But anyway, I'm going to continue on this awesome trail here. I'm going to wait till I get up a little bit further, then I'm going to veer off the trail and hopefully find some King Bolete mushrooms. So this is pretty much the perfect habitat to find these sorts of mushrooms that I'm looking for. The ground itself, let's see, if we dig down just a little bit, if we get down just an inch or two, well, it's slightly damp. Maybe it's not wet enough. We're just starting, so I have not seen any mushrooms yet either. So any mushroom is a good sign of moisture. All right, so I'm about maybe a mile and a half into the hike. I just took my first break, sat down here and had a drink, and I looked over, and let me see if I can see better underneath here. Right there we have some oyster mushrooms right there, but as you can see, these things are dry and hard and out of season. That's actually not a very good sign. Technically, these are actually still good to eat, because if I would pick these, I would bring them home and dehydrate them anyway. So, I mean, I could actually eat these raw, just like that. However, there's no bugs or anything on them. Man, that is good. But they're a little too dry, and that's actually a pretty bad sign. It means that up here we didn't get the moisture that I was hoping for. So I'm still going to continue on. It's a nice hike, and it's definitely not a wasted day. So, and I got a little snack too. All right, so this is where I was just filming, where I found that oyster mushroom. This is the trail where I stopped and took my break. So I decided to, veer off into the woods a little bit and check out down in that area. And as I was walking over here, I noticed this. We've got some mushrooms here. They're not the right they're not the right kind. They're not even edible. No, that does tell me that there is moisture in the ground up here, enough to grow at least these. And porcinis are late poppers for the season, so even though it's early and they are popping, we still have a good chance. At least I think so. All right, so I found this nice area here where there's a lot of fallen trees, and I did notice some mushrooms at the base of this tree that I'm actually standing on right now. And as I was walking up, I noticed some pine sap, pine resin. This stuff is great for starting fires. So if you ever come across any in the woods and you don't have any already in your pack, definitely grab that and throw it in your pack. This has helped me out many times. The stuff catches on fire and it just keeps burning. So it's always good to have some of that. Meanwhile, I'm just heading up that way. Sorry about the blur, the sun is right there, but I'm headed up that way, hoping I can find some big, giant mushrooms. Here's some more pine resin. All right, well, I ended up walking up the mountain a little bit further than I thought that I would. I'm up at about 10,300 feet up here. I'm getting pretty close to the dead zone where no trees can even grow. And I did notice that the ground is pretty dry. Even though the habitat is exactly what I need, I don't think the water content in the ground is enough for at least, I mean, I could possibly run into like a microbiome. Maybe if I find some standing water, I might get lucky. But for now, I'm actually just heading back down the mountain. I'm gonna look for a different spot and hope that that new spot that I find has gotten more rain than this place. So I'm gonna head back down to the truck. Of course, I'm gonna take a different path. Well, yeah, path down to the truck. That way I can double my eye coverage, maybe get lucky, but I'll keep you updated, of course. All right, heading down the mountain, I found some bones of some sort of mammal. Hopefully I could find the skull. That would be awesome. I don't know. It would be directly uphill or downhill unless it was dragged off, which is most likely something that happened. So keep my eyes open for, I don't know, it looks like a small deer probably. The bones aren't that big. So today I decided to come up here into the mountains west, about 20 miles west of Boulder, Colorado. I'm up here in the mountains and I found this really awesome spot to possibly and hopefully find some porcini mushrooms. If you could see behind me, there's a blue spruce tree right here. And I found a nice little pine grove over here with more spruce and stuff in it. I found a lot of other mushrooms, a few other species and some columbines and things. I was also lucky enough to see a nice wandering garter snake. He was really lethargic because it's like 62 degrees out up here, whereas it's like 89 degrees down in Golden right now. So I'm happy to be up here. I'm looking around. Hopefully we can find some porcini mushrooms. If not, it's still a good hike. This right here is one of my favorite flowers up here in the mountains. That is a columbine. And they are a Colorado state flower. And I'm pretty sure they're protected. Either way, I'm not going to physically touch the thing. But it is always cool to see those up here. Here's some more mountain flowers. I don't know what types they actually are. There's all different sorts up here, all kinds. There's purple ones over in that area, and red and yellow, and just all over the place. You don't see them in the lower elevations because I don't think they actually grow down there. All right, I promise this is the last flower shot, but this is really, really cool. Look at the size of these columbines. I mean, the size of my hand compared to them, they're probably the biggest ones I've ever seen. All right, right here I found a few more amanita mushrooms. So cool. So poisonous. Here's a relic from the 1980s or 70s. Can't really see much on it, just a spider. Can't make it out. I found a Hires root beer can earlier. I don't know what they are. They're not morel mushrooms. They're like a plant. I'm just not sure what kind. I thought they were blonde morels at first glance. These plants here, when they're first coming up, that's an indicator for black morel mushrooms. But we're about a month late for those. All right, it's the next day, and I am in a completely different area. I'm up here. I'm at about 8,500 feet elevation, and I saw my first mushrooms for the day. These little tiny red mushrooms. Oh, and there's another one right there, a different kind. But hopefully I can find some King Boletes today. I'm just getting started. So I gotta make my way across this really strange area. Look at this. It's all barbed wire and driftwood. And I can hear water. Old pull tabs from the 70s. I thought that was a harmonica reed at first, but I don't think they are because there's a couple of them. I'm gonna make my way over to that forest up there. All right, well, I was headed up to that forest and there's a few signs, private land. So unfortunately, I can't check out those conifer trees up there, but I did find a trail here and I think we're on the right track because I just found some nice poisonous mushrooms. Don't know what these are, but this one's already rotted out. A lot of bugs. I'll just leave it there and let it spore out. There's more of them. There's more right here. And yeah, we'll just continue along. All right, so we went off to the right of that trail. I saw some conifers up here. And even though I'm about 100 miles away from where I was yesterday, I'm still seeing all the columbines. And I did see some mushrooms right here. So, I mean, we definitely have the moisture that would be needed for these King Boletes to be growing. So now we just get to wander around, keep our eyes to the ground. So I know most of you guys are here because of my gold prospecting stuff. So I figured I'd show off this nice quartz outcrop that I found right here. Really cool how it just sticks out of the ground like that. And I don't see any real mineralization or any reason to think that there would be gold in it. It's just what I learned in Alaska to be called bull quartz. It's a little bit oxidized in there, a little bit orange, but that could just be weathering. Maybe in there, some oxidization. Could be a little bit of gold in there. I mean, it's impossible to know without crushing it up and panning it out, but I thought I'd share that cool outcropping of quartz with you. So right at the base of this tree is a giant, this is only a few hundred yards away from that other one. There's a giant quartz vein right there. And I did notice a whole bunch of mica all over the ground. This is the kind of stuff that can also be mistaken for gold when you're panning it out, these little tiny flakes, because it shines a little bit. But I promise you this is not gold. Check that out. There's a really nice piece of quartz with mica all throughout it. That is mineralization. And I mean, that could be a sign for gold. So this piece here might be worth crushing up and panning it down. Oh, look at that. That's all mica right there. That's pretty neat. All right, it's about a week later and I'm heading up a mountainside, a completely different area, and I am starting to find mushrooms. I just don't know exactly what kind. This one here, it's a nice size one. It's very small, actually. This is already full of bugs. And it's got this yellow. But I'm just kind of scaling this mountain here. Keeping my eyes open, one step at a time. Hoping to find some porcinis. All right, again, I found another one of these mushrooms. This one's bigger than the other ones that I've found. I found probably 20 of these already, but this is by far the biggest one. And we got bugs. Man, I hope the King Boletes aren't buggy too. You guys know Ross from Outdoors Inspired. He went out yesterday and looking for porcinis with Cooper. And I had a VA appointment, I couldn't go. And Ross got back to me this morning and said, yeah, they found a bunch, 10 pounds down that way. So yeah, here's even more, but they're not the right kind. All right, I'll keep looking. All right, so this little undergrowth right here, there's tons of mushrooms underneath. Man, they're everywhere. I'm just kind of going horizontal and working my way up. Chances are that the elevation is wrong, but I'm just trying to cover as much ground as possible. All right, so I am almost, at least I think I'm almost at the top of the hill. It has flattened out a lot. Down here it was really steep going down. Now it's starting to flatten out a little bit, and I found this nice area here with all these fallen trees and sticks and everything. And where is it? I just saw them. Oh yeah. There's a few more of those guys. And the reason I walked over this way is because I saw a red. I thought it was I actually thought it was a King Bolete, but it was just a shotgun shell. So I'm gonna police that up, throw it in my pocket. And I'm kind of continuing up the hill, hoping to find what I'm looking for. Oh man, there's more over here. Can't tell if they're red or not. No, they're not. They're just a brown top. There's a bone of some sort. All right, let's keep going. All right, I found an indicator mushroom here. This is one of those coral mushrooms you've seen in previous videos. It's kind of dried out. I'm pretty sure these are edible. Got one here, got more here, and they're just everywhere. It's no exaggeration when I say I must have seen 1,000 of these whatever question mark type of mushrooms. They're just everywhere. And nothing with a red cap. No King Boletes yet. Must have walked probably 3 miles, mostly uphill, which is nice because I get to walk downhill the rest of the way. And I found this moose spine here. Somebody obviously was here and they hung it up. That's really interesting. I think it's huge, man. That's only a small part of it. I saw other parts of the vertebrae down there. If I could find the skull, I'll absolutely carry that out. Oh, here we have a bunch of bones. Oh, cool. Look at the size of that thing, man. I guess I'm not gonna find an intact skull, but look at all that. I could totally throw those in my pack. That is cool. That's a huge moose right there. All right, so I made it all the way back down the mountain, down near a stream here, and I heard some cars. There's actually a road right here, like a Jeep trail, and I heard some vehicles coming, so I came over here and sat behind this tree, and I look over, and I see a definite aspen bolete right there. And not only that, but behind it, I think I see a giant one right there. So let's take a closer look at these things. Probably more hiding around. This one here's got some bugs on it. It's dry-ish. Oh, nice. That actually might be a king bolete. No, it's not red enough. That's an aspen bolete. You can actually eat these. That's almost what we're looking for. Let's check out this giant one. Man, that's a big mushroom right there. That's a huge one. That mushroom is huge. Look at this. Ah, too bad. Too bad. It's all buggy. But man, that thing is huge. I'm gonna flip it over this way so it could spore out. And let's cut the stem off of this thing to see if there's any bugs in it. That's good. There's no bugs at all. It's a tiny mushroom though. But hey, that's a keeper. At least we got a keeper. I'm gonna keep looking around this. I was actually getting ready to leave here, but like I said, I found some aspen boletes here around this stream. I think I found a couple more. This one right here, big one. Let's pick this guy right here. Still looks kind of buggy. Yeah, these are too, like, I don't know if I want to eat that. All right, following the stream down, lots and lots and lots and lots of poisonous mushrooms everywhere. Just unknown species to me. Until right now, I did notice another aspen bolete right here. Big old stem on it. This is my second keeper right there. These are still edible, and I haven't tried them yet. I do know that they give some people stomach problems, but I'm gonna try them anyway and see if I'm one of those people or not. All right, so I am just down from the road here at the stream, still walking along, and I see some huge hawkwing mushrooms here. These are edible. Some people say they taste like lighter fluid, but I've never actually tried them. But look at that thing, man. I hope it's not buggy. Oh, it's full of bugs. That's a shame. For me, not for the bugs. Here's some other ones. These ones here are a bit smaller. The last time I saw these kind of mushrooms was up in Yukon territory when I did my Alaska videos. But yeah, these are all full of bugs. Oh well. Yeah. I would have tried them. Never tried them before. There's another one. There's a couple more over here. I'm sure they're full of bugs too. Oh wow. Look at these amanita mushrooms. These are also an indicator mushroom for king boletes, but man, these are awesome looking mushrooms. Yeah, they are poisonous. They're fatal if you eat enough of it, but they're also medicinal if you eat a small amount. This is not advice, by the way. Do your own research, but check it out. Amanita mushrooms. These are awesome. Oh, and by the way, as I was walking, one of my mushrooms got knocked, the cap fell off of it, and I noticed inside it looks really buggy. So they're probably both buggy, which is unfortunate because I was kind of looking forward to having some keepers today. But still, this is this is awesome. All right, I spotted these from the road. But check these out. Some sort of a cup mushroom. Those are really neat. There's so many different kinds of mushrooms, just not the right ones to eat. Like everywhere you look, there's just tons of mushrooms everywhere. I don't think we're done. I do want to find some King Boletes for this video. That's the whole purpose. This is probably the 7th time I went out this year. And the problem is I have high hopes every time I go out. I see it on Facebook. I see people finding it. I go to, the correct elevation, hike around for miles and miles, and I just can't seem to find them. Like, I do know where they're at from Ross's spot, but I'm not going to go up there unless Ross is with me. So, like, this is basically just scouting anyway. So I'm kind of just hoping to find my own patch that I don't have to drive all the way down to that area, which is, it's like a 4-hour drive for me to get down to where the bolete mushrooms are, the King Boletes. So if I could find one here, which is only, a half-hour drive, that would be great. All right, guys, I'm at the spot. In order to get to this exact location, it's about a 170-mile drive one way from my place. So I don't know if I'm gonna make it public on videos, if I'm gonna show you my failed attempts this year at looking for porcini mushrooms, but in order to save you all of that, I'll just tell you I walked probably 20 to 25 miles in the past month looking for this exact kind of mushroom that we're gonna find today. All failed attempts. I found a couple aspen boletes, really small ones with bugs in them and everything. Hours and hours of footage, no King Boletes. That's what we're up here for. Pretty much every Colorado-based mushroom forum on Facebook was showing people for the past month finding pounds and pounds of, giant sized mushrooms and nice little choice sized ones and everything. I just couldn't find any for myself. So hopefully today we'll find some. So I'm gonna get right to it. It's already about 3:30 p.m. so I only have a couple hours, but that should be plenty. I heard there's a lot of mushrooms up here. So that's it, let's get walking around. All right, switching to GoPro mode. Basically, as you can see here, we have some nice small blue spruce, lots of higher grass, and it is a little bit earlier in the year than normal for porcini mushrooms this year. We had a lot of rain, so that's the reason we have all this high grass. And I'm just going to keep my eyes open for the red-capped giant mushrooms with a nice solid white stem. All right, I found my first, maybe King Bolete? I don't think so. It's a big one, but I think it's an aspen. Oh no, that is a King Bolete. I'm pretty sure that's a king. See how it's darker red here? I think that's my first one for the day. It's really a brown one, and it looks like it's gonna be buggy, but you see how big that stem is? I can see a bunch of bug holes in it. But I'll be honest with you, a lot of these bugs, once you throw it in the dehydrator, a little bit of extra protein never killed anybody. And I mean, this is totally edible. This is great, man. Found one. This is awesome. All right, so that totally made the trip right there. Now we just got to find a couple more. Now that one mushroom weighs about 1 pound. So I'm super happy with that. Awesome. So even though this isn't the correct mushroom that we're looking for, this is really a good example of how perfect the soil is. Look at this thing. This one's already sporing out. You can see all of the black spores from this one. Look at the size of this thing. I'm not sure what kind it is. Of course, would never eat something I don't know what it is. All right, so I found a hawkwing mushroom, and I found a couple of these yesterday, and even though I filmed it, I'm probably not gonna share it because they were all buggy. But this is a hawkwing mushroom. These are also edible. It's a little dry on the top. I'm gonna expect it to be buggy because of that. Oh, maybe not. This is another mushroom I've never actually tried eating. but a lot of people on the forums like them. A lot of people on the forums hate them. Some people say it tastes like lighter fluid. I don't know. Only one way to find out. I think that's a keeper. See these holes in the end? It lets you know if a worm or a bug or something went up inside there. And this one, I mean, the ones I found yesterday were way worse. That's not bad. I don't want to destroy the thing. Yet there is a bug hole in this one. Let's slice it in half. It doesn't look bad. Like I'll take that. I can cook that up. We could try that out. Awesome. Some hawkwing mushrooms. So it's going on 5:30 already, and I am about 3 hours from home. Okay, so I took 2 of the hawkwing mushrooms, and as you can see, they're wet. I had them soaking for a couple hours just to make sure if there's any bugs in it, give them a chance to, you know, get out of there. But I'm gonna cut them into small pieces like that. I've never tried these before, but we'll see how they turn out. This one has some funniness in the stem there. This one here has 1 bug in it. It goes all the way up into this piece here. And the rest of it, that's fine. I'm just gonna saute them with butter or olive oil or something, and I'm gonna eat them with my steak. All right, we also have the porcini mushroom, the single King Bolete mushroom that I found. I'm just gonna cut off some of the dirt here. I'll cut it directly in half. And it should be solid white in there. Yeah. That is exactly what we're looking for. That's a lot of mushroom. I'll probably only eat half of it because I still have all of these I'm gonna go through. So we'll take this 1/2 and put this off to the side. We'll save that for another day. I'm gonna slice this porcini a few times. All right, that is good. I got my cast iron pan here on medium heat. Just gonna add some butter. And I'm gonna add all of these hawk's wing mushrooms. I'm gonna let them cook down for a while. Everything I've read online says to really cook them for a while. So I'll make sure that I do. They do smell good though, that's for sure. You can see there's a ton of water in there. All right, so I poured off most of the water, and I'm just gonna add some salt. So I'm gonna add a whole bunch of butter because you can't go wrong with butter. All right, I got a nice seasoned ribeye here. I'm gonna cook this thing about medium. Here's a little trick that I like to do. I'll just take a paper towel and set it on top so it doesn't splash all over the place. All right, in the meantime, I'm gonna get my asparagus boiling. I'm just gonna let that boil for just about 3 or 4 minutes until it turns bright green, and then I'm gonna put it into some ice water to stop it from cooking. And that's the best way that I've seen to cook asparagus. If you guys know any better recipes for any of this stuff, feel free to leave your recipes in the comments below. Steak is almost done here. I'm going to add these porcinis. These don't take very long to cook. And then our steak is pretty much done. I like mine a little bit more rare. All right, we'll take our steak and we'll wrap it in aluminum foil and we'll let it rest for about 15 or 20 minutes. Wrap it tightly, because it's still cooking. All right. All right, so I'm just curious to see what this hawkwing mushroom actually tastes like. Wow, it's a unique flavor. Kind of like smoky flavor almost. It's good, it tastes like mushrooms. It's not bad. It just tastes kind of different. Yeah, that's cooked perfectly, just like that. Got some porcini there, some steak. That's the best thing ever. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching. If you enjoyed it, please hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. If you're still here, you're one of the 42% that haven't left, so thanks so much. And also big thanks to all my Major Credit Patreon supporters and channel members scrolling right there. And also, if you enjoyed this video, you're really gonna like the other ones linked here, so definitely check those out, and I'll see you guys on the next video.